Hey, what's going on, social media world? Aaron here, and I'm only like 1 week into my being able to date again, my whole 4 week challenge, and I was able to date at the end of the 4 week challenge, and I'm already tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not sick and tired of it, but there's this. Okay, so I went back to OkCupid, and we love OkCupid. I do. I genuinely enjoy OkCupid for the fact that it asks all of those personality questions, and when it comes to somebody who you're interested in, you can look at their answers to the questions and see what percent of a match you are as it relates to the ideals that you have in your head. And I think that's really cool. I like. So anyway, there's this one guy who we were like a 91% match, which is like, oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. And we're a 91% match. So we were chit chatting. Oh, and let me make this preemptive statement. Yes, I used the word at the right time this time. I startled my dog because she's a scaredy cat. Everything scares her. That's right. I was making my preemptive statement. Sorry. So as it relates to that, I have not written this person off or anything like that. I'm just sharing my emotions. It's just emotion taking me home. Like that. I'm just sharing how I feel about the situation. Anyway, so back to the story. So we chatted online. It was really cool. And then we chatted on real life. And it was even cooler. So we talked as well. We had a really good conversation. I'm trying to not be the thirsty thought that I once was, and I'm trying to not be as high strung as it relates to relationships and be. I'm trying to be more easygoing and not stress things. So I was like, okay, so when's the next time that we'll talk? And he was like, okay, well, we can talk a few days from now. And even though in my profile they asked the question, when you're with someone or whatever, somebody who you're talking to, how often do you want to talk to them? And the answers are every day, no matter what, every day unless otherwise specified. But there is one that's like, it's not necessary to communicate every day. So even though my answer was, which I think is very reasonable, every day unless otherwise specified, because sometimes you just want to shoot the breeze. But his answer was, it's not necessary, or often enough, but not too much. So anyway, all of that to say, I knew going in, like, okay, I'm not going to stress us needing to talk constantly because for crying out loud, I've gone a very long time without dating anyone at all. So for me to suddenly be like, okay, now that I'm dating you, I must talk with you every single day, I feel as though that would be irrational of me. So I was like, okay, you know what? Okay, cool. So the next time you want to talk is a few days from now? Okay, cool. Well, how about we hang out Friday? That's my bitch. That's my girl. You're my girl. That's my girl. Yes, you are. Anyway, but okay. So I was like, okay, let's hang out Friday because it's a day off or whatever. He was like, cool, let's do that. Let's do it after after 5. And I was like, okay, cool. How's like 5:15, 5:30? He's like, how's like 6? And I'm like, okay, cool. So when it went from after 5 to like 6, in the back of my mind, in the front of my mind, I was like, okay, cool. 6 o'clock it is. See you then. In the front of my mind, I was like, cool, let's do it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, to push it from 5 to 6 so quickly sounds like it's going to be one of those situations of 5 to 6 to the day of 6 o'clock. Oh, I'm running late. I'm sorry. Or the day of, let's push it back to like 7, and then 7 turns into like 7:30, and then 7:30 turns into like tomorrow. Well, we skipped all the middlemen, and we decided to schedule it for tomorrow. And I'm not going to lie, this is where the honesty part comes in. I was disappointed about that because I had my hopes all set. I was very excited that I used to. Like the old Aaron would have definitely been, as soon as something had to be rescheduled, I would have been like, we set this date. I don't understand why we're rescheduled. Because one thing that does annoy me, even annoys the new Aaron, I'm sorry, is people who have no control over their schedules. I'm like, you know, I mean crazy, but unless it's like something really serious, I feel as though after you've set this time to do this thing, it should trump new things that come into the schedule. And new things that try to enter the schedule should be rescheduled, not the old thing that you've already set. But what it tells me, and that's fine, people have a right to set their priorities the way they want to set them, but it tells me that our meeting was just not on the priority list. Anyway, so like I said, I'm not writing him off, but I just wanted to be honest about the fact that I felt disappointed that we rescheduled, you know? I think it's interesting that when I started talking with him at the beginning of the week, because he was literally the first person I chatted with when I got back on OkCupid after my long hiatus not being on OkCupid. And for whatever reason, when I started chatting with him, all of my songs that I've been keeping on repeat have been like super happy songs. It's interesting how when I'm in a happy mood, I try to avoid depressing songs, but some of those depressing songs I genuinely like a lot. And one of the songs that I added to my playlist to play is the wonderful, beautiful love song, Baby Be Mine, by, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I love her, Mickey Howard, by Mickey Howard. And it's a love song, but it's a sad song. It's not a happy love song at all. I added that to my playlist. So I think it's ironic because as I was adding it to my playlist, I was like, this is adding depression music to your playlist. So do you think that'll make things be less happy? I don't know. But I was like, Aaron, bullcrap. You're going to see this man tomorrow, which was yesterday being today. You're going to see this man Friday, which is today. And it's going to be all good. Things are going to work out. Anyway, talk to y'all later, YouTube. I think that was it. I'll probably try this video again to see if we can get a more clear and concise video. Peace. Be blessed.